Wednesday night we got Milwaukee. Friday night we got Toronto. Over the next a week, they're saying a week right now, so a week without these guys. Which guys are you looking to step up and kind of be, the shot makers for us without PG and Embiid over the next week without these guys for this absence?
I mean, obviously Maxey is going to be, I would expect him to be the leading scorer. I think Kelly can give us, a good, decent amount. I think he could be the second leading scorer. Martin can score, but I believe that it'll be a combination of guys outside of those two. I think you can have Gordon and Jackson and maybe Kyle and Martin. I think those guys will one game it may be one guy and two guys. The next game it may be the other two guys. So I just think that it's kind of the flow of the game. I don't think any one particular guy is just going to maintain that scoring, that higher scoring level outside of Maxey. Maybe Kelly can do it. Outside of those two, I don't think anyone will kind of give us the consistent 18, 20 in all the games that those guys are out. I think it'll be a combination of guys each game where you kind of like one guy is his game. One game is one guy and two guys. The next game it could be that one of those guys and another guy. That's how I kind of see it. And that's where the depth in the team kind of helps you.
Do you think we'll get to see, with obviously Embiid out, do you think we'll get to see a little bit of a Dembona potentially? I know he's on a two. He's gonna play the Blue Coats as well as dressing with our guys. I mean, do you think there's a chance we see him a little bit?
I think you do it if in foul trouble. I'm not sure that. I mean, they may go to it early in the season to see where he's at against a bigger opponent and kind of put him out there and see what he can do. I think it's possible. I would go maybe 25-30% chance he plays in real regular rotation minutes, maybe. And I believe that's a high. In my opinion, that's a high percentage. But especially if we have with having Drummond's going to play a lot. And I think that maybe they go smaller when Drummond's not in the game. So I think they're more inclined to go smaller and play the perimeter guys more so than stay big. But we'll see.
Yeah,
they may give him a chance early.
Yeah. And the more I kind of see that as, this whole kind of vagueness surrounding the mystery surrounding Embiid, the fact that Embiid was so involved with the recruiting of bringing Drummond on board, right? He called him. He said Drummond said in his podcast, he got a few texts and calls, and all of a sudden Embiid was one of the first calls he gets saying, "You need to come here." And it's like, okay, he was very involved in that. We drafted in Dembo another big, and it's like we wanted to kind of make sure we had the big down because obviously Embiid misses games anyways, regardless of all this stuff going on. But was there something behind the scenes that they already knew about going into the season where it's like we wanted to address that big position, that hole that we always have when Embiid's out? And I don't know. I guess that I'm putting my tinfoil hat on, Eric. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that I don't think anything needed to be wrong at the moment for them to reach out to Drummond. I just think if you look at the last few years and Joel's history, that you did need to address that position for the times that he's out or the games that he's missed. So I don't think anything had to be wrong. That was a need that we all knew that needed to be addressed.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, it's just that staying mystery of Embiid missing games right out the gate. Yeah. We'll never know, Eric. We'll never know.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get to our game predictions for the game one of the season. So it's just crazy how the line changes. So last night, when everyone assumed that Embiid and PG were going to play, the Sixers were a 3.5-point favorite. But now the line is flipped, and the Sixers are now a 3.5-point underdog at home against the Milwaukee Bucks. Eric, who do you have in this game in the season opener for our Philadelphia 76ers?
even with those guys out, Maxey has a big game, and the Sixers cover, maybe win the game. But I think that the motivation from the start of the season, the motivation from the crowd, will win it. We'll get it done.
I like that. Yeah, I'm with you. I would think, missing Embiid and missing PG, it would be like we'd be a 5.5 to 7 point underdogs. Like last year, whenever Embiid was out of the games, we were underdog by 5 to 7 points against, especially a powerhouse like Milwaukee. But they'll be out. They'll be without Middleton as well, so they're going to be not playing with the full deck of cards either. So. But all right, well, I guess so. We got 2 for 2 on the Sixers winning this one Wednesday night in this home opener against the Milwaukee Bucks.